Hello friends, myself Dr. C.S. Sabiyawajuddin, HOD Botany from Sri Shivaji College, Parvani. In today's lecture, we will discuss about BSc 3rd year Botany Theory paper number 13, Plant Pathology, Unit 1st. Up to this, we have finished about the history of plant pathology as well as the contribution of scientists in plant pathology and Koch's postulates. In today's lecture, we will discuss about the classification of plant diseases on the basis of the different criteria. What is a plant disease? It is the malfunctioning process which is caused by a continuous irritation and produces symptoms, or it can also be defined as it is an impairment of the normal state of plant that interrupts or modify its vital functions. The organism which causes the disease is called as a pathogen. For example, fungi, bacteria, viruses, protozoans, these all are found to be causing a diseases to plants. Therefore, they are called as pathogens. And the study of diseases is called as pathology or phytopathology in plants. These are the differences which are observed in healthy and diseased plants. In healthy plants, it performs all the physiological functions normal, while in case of the diseased plants, the growth is not found to be satisfied and it shows abnormal growth as because it doesn't perform the normal physiological functions. The criteria on which we have classified the plant diseases are as follows. These are on the basis of the living and non-living causative agents. A disease is said to be infectious one when it is caused by a pathogen which can be spread from a diseased plant to healthy plants, because here disease is caused by means of a living organism. This living organism is called as a parasite, and the type of disease is called as a biotic disease. The parasite may be a fungi, bacteria, viruses, phytoplasma, nematode or higher plant parasites. Here one example is given, a plant potato pathogen Pectobacterium astrosepticum. While in case of non-infectious diseases, the diseases are due to the non-living organism. It could not spread from a diseased plant to healthy plant. This disease is developed due to unfavorable environmental factors like frost, injuries, physiological wind. It may be due to too high or too low temperature. It may be due to lack of nutrients and moistures in soil. It may be due to air pollution. It may be due to mineral deficiency, it may be due to mineral toxicity, it may be due to the acidic soil or alkaline soil conditions in case of plants. On the basis of the geographical distribution, the diseases are categorized into endemic, epidemic, pandemic and sporadic. We will see it one by one. When a disease is said to be endemic, at the time the disease is found to be present in a particular area constantly from years to years. These diseases are natural. They may occur to one country or to any part of the earth. For example, the wart disease in potato in Darjeeling. This disease is found to be restricted to the Darjeeling area from many years. Therefore, the disease which occurs in a particular area years to year is called as endemic one. When a disease is said to be epidemic, at that time the disease occurs periodically but in severe states involving major areas of crop, means it is occurring on large area in a country. It may be constantly present in the locality. This is because the environmental conditions are favorable for the causative agent to cause the disease. Therefore, this disease is present in that area periodically. These are the examples of the epidemic diseases like rust, blight, mildews, which occurs in a particular area on large scale. When a disease is said to be pandemic at that time, the disease occurs throughout the regions, not a single area, not a single large area, but it occurs in throughout the regions, or it occupies major areas of the world. At that time it is called as pandemic. For example, late blight of potato. The late blight of potato occurs in each and every state, each and of the world. When a disease is said to be sporadic, at the time the disease occurs occurs at very irregular intervals and locations, and in relatively few instances. The given disease may be endemic to one region and it may be epidemic to other one. Leaf blight disease or wilt disease. These diseases may found in a single area of the country, or they may be found to be present at regular times or regularly in the other areas of the country. On the basis of the natural preparation and mode of infection, the diseases are classified as soil-borne diseases, airborne diseases, and seed-borne diseases. In case of soil-borne diseases, the pathogen survives in soil and they are present along with the plant debris lying on the soil, either as their resting spores or in the form of the mycelial strands and rhizomes. These are called as soil-borne diseases. For example, root rot, wilt, and seedling blight diseases. When we are saying that the disease is said to be airborne, at that time the spores or the microorganisms, these are spreaded through air and they attacks on the plants and causes the disease. For example, blight, rust diseases, powdery mildew diseases. All these spores of these diseases, they are spreaded from air, and when they get the host, they will produce the diseases. When a disease is said to be seed-borne, at that time the microorganisms are carried along with the seeds. Seed mycoflora is also responsible for causing the disease. The mycoflora may be found to be internal seed-borne or external seed-borne, responsible to cause the disease. For example, damping of disease, which is seed-borne disease. On the basis of the symptoms, the diseases are classified as rust, smuts, burns, mildews, etc. We will discuss these diseases one by one. Rust. This type of disease is caused by the members of the class Basidiomycetes of the order Uridanelles. The organisms or the causative agent mostly attacks on the leaves and stems. It appears as a numerous rusty, orange, yellow, or even white colored spots, and it ruptures the epidermis of the host plant. Some forms the local spots or swellings and even galls. For example, stem rust of wheat, which is caused by Puccinia graminis triticale, or yellow stripe rust of wheat or rye and barley diseases caused by Puccinia tritiformis, leaf rust of wheat and rye by Puccinia triticina. All these are the organisms which are responsible to cause the rust diseases. These are the symptoms of the rust disease in wheat and sugarcane. Now, smuts. The smuts, it is caused by a fungus of the order Eustellaginales. Many types of the plants are affected by these smuts, but smuts are important in case of the cereals and grasses. Here the causative agent produces a mass of black powdery spores on the grains, and no ears are formed. The symptoms includes formation of a mass of lac shoot and looks and shoot like spores and infect plant shows some degrees of distortions. For example, loose smut of wheat and barley, which is caused by Ustilago nuda tritici. It is worldwide in distribution. In India, this disease occurs in all states where wheat is cultivated, and the losses due to this disease may be up to 40% in some area. Here you can see the infected ears. Here with no grain formation takes place, only spore mass is present. The next disease is kernel bunt of wheat. This disease was reported by Mitra in 1930 and later on in 1985 from West Bengal, Gujarat, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh. The pathogen Tilletia indica is responsible to cause this disease. This disease is noticed when the partially smutted and broken kernels are observed in threshing. Although the infected wheat is not toxic to human beings or animals, but if the contaminating more than 3% is generally considered to be unfit for the consumption because the smut can cause unpleasant odor, color, taste in wheat products. All the spikes on the plants are not infected, and within a spike only a few spikelets are attacked. It becomes evident that the grains have developed. The grains have partially or rarely or wholly converted into burnt balls, which are enclosed by the pericarps. In this figure, you can see the infected wheat grains. Now we will discuss about the rots. The disease which infects the underground plant parts is called as rots. This can be caused by fungi, bacteria or soil-borne nematodes. The infection leads to the distortion of the underground tissues, and these are difficult to manage because they are not visible one. For example, Rhizoctonia and Phytophthora, these are the root rots. These two fungi attacks on the root system of many different plants. The bacteria can enter the host only through the wounds. Crown and collar rots occurs at the soil line where the plant emerges. Here we can see the crown rot infection of Beta vulgaris. Wilt diseases. A wilt disease, it is any number of diseases that is affect the vascular system of plants. Means if the plant is having wilt disease, at that time the vascular system of the plant is get choked because of the organisms. It may be due to the bacteria or it may be due to the fungi. The bacterial wilt of cucurbit is caused by Erwinia trachyphylla. This bacterium spreads through the xylem vessels and forms the area of infections to the main stems, and due to this the entire plant wilts and dies. For example, wilt disease in potato, tomato. Here we can see the bacterial wilt symptoms which are found to be present on the muskmelon plant. Here wilt of tomato we can observe in these slides, showing symptoms on the fruits, leaf and entire plant is found to be dry. Fusarium wilt is also found to be present in case of many pulses, especially in the tur we can observe the fusarium wilt. Now we will discuss about the canker. Canker, it is a dead area in bark or cortex of the woody stems. They may be also found to be present on the fruits also. These are often large areas with definite margins. Dead bark splits and falls away. In case of citrus canker, which is a bacterial disease, the spots can be observed on the fruits and on the leaf. Here the infected leaf and infected fruit. Next disease is powdery mildew. The powdery mildew, it is a fungal disease of foliage, means foliage, leaf and stems. This disease is present on the stem, flower, leaf and fruits, whereas a superficial fungal growth covers the surface of the plant. For example, powdery mildew of grapes, cucumbers, grasses, soya beans. It shows the symptoms like white, powdery spreading patches of the fungus on the upper or lower surface of the leaf, as well as it is also found on the flowers and fruits. Sometimes the tissue becomes stunted or distorted. The disease seldom kills their host but utilizes their nutrients and reduces the photosynthesis. It increases the respiration and transpiration and reduces the yields by 20 to 40%. These are the symptoms of powdery mildew disease found on the grapes, soybean and cucurbits. Now, next disease is downy mildew, which is caused by the members of family Peronosporoaceae. Many ornamental and edible plants including peas, onions, lettuce, grapes are infected due to this type of disease. The main symptoms of this disease are discolored areas on the upper surface of the leaf, white, grey or purple mold below. The timing is mainly summer and autumn, particularly in wet seasons. This can be observed on the leaf of rose and lettuce. These are the symptoms of the mildew disease, downy mildew disease on the rose leaf and on the lettuce leaf. In this way, we have completed the classification of plant diseases on the basis of the region, also on the basis of the type of the organisms which are causing the diseases. Thank you.